Thanks for joining us today. My name is Elizabeth Parks, and I'm excited to welcome Ivani's leadership with us today. Sensor-based technologies have come a long way, and the impact in the smart home and security industry is enormous. On average, consumers now have 16 connected devices in their homes, and the main value is still being driven by convenience, security, and peace of mind. Ivani is a great supporter of Parks Associates Connections conferences, and I'm so happy to have Justin McKinney and Matt Wootton join us to share more about what they're working on this year. Thank you guys for joining us today. Let's go ahead and see if we can get a brief introduction from both of you, and then we will talk for just a few minutes about some of the latest technology going on, along with the applications and the trends that we're seeing in the security space. So Matt, I'm going to let you start with an introduction of yourself.
Yep. So I'm Matt Wootton, CTO and co-founder at Ivani. I'm responsible for making sure that technology works, that we've got all of our intellectual property in place, and then doing a lot of work with Justin in terms of our go-to-market strategy and how all the different pieces fit together in the business.
Yep. And I'm Justin McKinney, CEO and co-founder. My role is basically business operations, business development, and I work closely with Matt here on just overall strategy for the company. So we've been at it since 2014. At its core, Ivani is a technology company that focuses on human presence detection. We enable intelligence for the connected world, and we do that by unlocking value in any space by providing human presence data. Homes and businesses have made a lot of progress over the last probably 10 to 15 years, just when it comes to smart tech. But it's really never going to be ubiquitous, if you will, until advanced occupancy sensing data is prevalent, throughout. And so that's really where Ivani's Sensify technology comes in, and we're partnering with some of the biggest names, most important names in smart home and security to bring human presence detection capabilities to current and future platforms that they offer in the home. So we're excited to be here, excited to be part of the Parks community.
Well, awesome. Tell me a little bit more about this sensing technology. We hear a lot about artificial intelligence, the chips, the advancements that are being made, but what actually is happening here with the technology that you all are bringing?
So basically, we have a technology category up and coming called wireless network sensing. So we wrote a blog post about it, but in short, right, it's an upcoming class of sensing technology, broadly referring to a means of using data generated by local wireless communication networks to produce occupancy data based on people disturbing messages between devices. Effectively, humans mess with RF, and if you look at that, you can pull occupancy data out of it. And so our particular flavor of that, Sensify, is a patented technology which allows us to use sort of a wide range of wireless communication platforms, including Wi-Fi, Zigbee, Bluetooth, Thread, and more, where we have SDKs available where a partner can integrate the technology onto their platform and basically bring those devices that don't have sensors or don't have the same kind of sensing coverage that you can get with wireless network sensing, and provide occupancy data from them at effectively the press of a button. So a partner can add sensing as a service capability where you can take your existing kind of smart switches, light bulbs, routers, etc., and at the press of a button add recurring revenue propositions like home security, like various kind of utility energy efficiency things, and bring that recurring revenue into existing ecosystems, and do so with kind of the sensorless sensor. And for us, I think that's a really tasty proposition and something that I think will be really cool to see how the industry kind of evolves around this idea of bringing sensing to existing platforms and just seeing how far it can go.
Well, yeah, and our research certainly supports that. People who have smart home devices, who have home security systems, are looking for additional features to be added and a real willingness to pay for those add on services. We definitely see a lot of growth in these areas coming from that additional incremental revenue that can come along with it. But share a little bit more about some of the specific applications, or maybe some of the companies, the types of companies that would be leveraging this kind of technology.
Yeah, quite honestly, that's been probably the most difficult part about our evolution as a company is trying to figure out what markets to serve first. Just because the technology is applies to so many opportunities in the marketplace. But that said, in general, Sensify itself, lends itself to really any platform that is powered for all kinds of wireless protocols like Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, Zigbee, Thread. Really doesn't matter. It could be a proprietary protocol. These devices can then provide presence data for autonomous lighting control, home awareness, physical home security, or at least the sensing for that as part of an overall system. Energy management for HVAC systems, all kinds of things. So we're excited to really kind of focus in this, especially this next year, on the smart home experience, and be a part of not only the experience at large, but really focusing in as well on the kind of security world.
Well, and we certainly see a lot of these ecosystems in the home coming together as a result of the integration that's enabled between the devices as well as the networks in the home. So, should be interesting year in 2023. Are there any specific trends that you're seeing that have occurred in the last year or so that are going to extend, as we move forward into next year?
Well, I think for us, 2022 was a year of really kind of dispelling the myths of wireless network sensing. In that we've been busy, showing the world that there's a technology provider in the category that can do what they say they can do. So, with Sensify, right, the technology detects the way we say it does. It doesn't need the cloud. It doesn't affect your cybersecurity, and we don't take or handle your customers' data. All it takes is a small library file embedded in your platform to bring those sensorless sensing capabilities into your IoT products, and it's something that that actually works. And so, what we've seen is that we've had to do a lot to kind of prove that out in the market, and show that it's real. I anticipate that'll continue into 2023, but that was kind of a lot of what last year was for us.
Well, and that's a really important point in terms of go to market strategies as companies are looking to add technology, enabling new applications, new revenue streams, that keeping it simple and easy for a company to incorporate technology obviously is critical for those big competitors in the smart home and security space. What about for 2023, Justin? Anything that you're seeing as standout that you think we'll expect to see here in the coming months?
I think that 2023 we're going to see the sensor category, the wireless network sensing in general, really take a foothold in the marketplace. There's so many opportunities, whether it's smart switches, outlets, light bulbs, routers, appliances, all these things that are talking with one another. It's inevitable that the sensor category is going to take a foothold, and I think it's 2023 that's really going to see that. So that's one thing. More specifically, as it relates to Ivani, we're going to be seeing probably tens of millions of devices around the world light up with our Sensify technology. And so it's something we're very excited about, very excited to see after years and years of development and partnerships and working together with different companies. It's going to be fun to see the goodness around the world.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the value that's being provided as a result of connected devices in the home and for build commercial buildings, small to medium business, smart apartments. I mean, there are so many applications that are coming for these types of technologies. It is an exciting time. I would love to be able to close here and see if you can both share some final thoughts on perhaps where you see the future here a few years out, or anything else you'd like to share about announcements that you all are making this year.
Well, I think this next year, is going to be, again, sort of a breakout year, not only for, Ivani, but even more so for the category itself, wireless network sensing. So that's going to be a very exciting time for not only the category, but I think for smart home in general. I mean, there are so many terrific opportunities to drive, new experiences. One of the things that one of the recent parks events that we got to listen to is the idea of value add and how important that is right now to all kinds of companies, and using what you have already to drive additional value to that consumer. And so this is the ultimate opportunity to make that happen. And so, over the next few years, I think we're going to see more and more of that. So, but yeah, overall, we are so thrilled to be a part of the parks community, to be serving our smart home partners and platform providers, and Sensify technology is going to really take hold with those partners. And if anyone else is interested in growing their value add to their platform, please reach out. You can reach us, McKinney at Ivani.com, and then on our website, Ivani.com, LinkedIn, all kinds of ways to get a hold of us.
Well, it's, the market is growing strong. The value is there for consumers. And, the future is all about services and that reoccurring revenue that's coming along with it. So, again, I want to thank you both for your full support of Parks Associates research and events, and the role of Ivani as a leader here in sensing technologies. And we very much appreciate your support. I look forward to seeing you soon.
Thanks, Elizabeth. We appreciate it.
Thank you.